For 4 weeks, people carried a diary and wrote down every single time a word got stuck on the tip of their tongue. Deborah Burke and her colleagues ran that study in 1991 with young, middle-aged, and older adults. When they sorted the results, one category dominated everything else: proper names. And more specifically, the names of people the person had not been in contact with recently. So if you're somewhere in your 50s and you have decided that forgetting names is the first crack in the ceiling, the research has better news than that. You're not failing at memory in general. You're failing at the single hardest retrieval job the brain is ever asked to do. Here's why names are built badly. Almost everything you know about a person connects to something else. Their job connects to a building and a set of tasks. Their dog connects to walks and to a breed. Where you met connects to a room and a date, and other people who were there. Every one of those facts sits in a web, and a web has many roots into it. A surname has none of that. It is a sound arbitrarily attached to a human being. Nothing about the word supports it, nothing else in your head points at it, and there is exactly one route in. Burke's team built a model for what happens next, called the transmission deficit hypothesis. Retrieving a word requires priming to pass from the meaning of a thing through to the sounds that make it. Those connections weaken under 3 conditions: when a word is used infrequently, when it has not been used recently, and with age. Look at what that predicts. The names you use every week are fine. The name of the man you spoke to twice at a wedding 2 years ago is gone, and it will feel like a symptom. And it is actually the model working exactly as described. And there is a reason this arrives so loudly in midlife rather than earlier. Yes, tip of the tongue rates genuinely do rise with age. But you have also spent 30 more years meeting people than you had at 25. Your stored set of names is enormous now, and most of them belong to people you have not seen in years. The failure rate feels like it is climbing partly because the number of attempts is climbing. One thing worth being clear about, because it is the reason people search for this in the first place. Forgetting a name is not the concerning sign, forgetting the person is. If you cannot retrieve the word, but you know exactly who they are, where you met, and what they do, that is retrieval. And retrieval failure is the most ordinary cognitive complaint there is. If what is disappearing is the conversation itself, the appointment, the event that is worth taking to a doctor rather than to a comment section, and if you want the practical version, it falls out of the mechanism. Frequency and recency strengthen the connection. So say the name out loud at the moment you hear it, and use it once more before you leave. You're not being charming, you're laying a second cable. That is the cue most people miss. Whose name are you currently unable to retrieve? Leave it in the comments. Subscribe to Psychology Q, and I will keep showing you the signals hiding in plain sight.